Hello. What is happening? What are you guys doing? Okay, there we are. Hi, happy Friday. Good day to you all. Sketchy. What is up? Nin? Nin, are you okay? Posture check, hydrate, focus, high. Pancakes. New puppy pick, fool of a took. Oh, that was you, Sky. And a duo. Also, Chapel. What about a cooking tutorial in game or IRL? You can ignore this. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm tired. Yeah, so I have a new redeem. If you want me to do a tutorial for something quick, I could do one. Uh, not for cooking. How's it going, JB? Sky, thank you for the lurk. You want a new puppy pick, Nid? Let's get a new puppy pick. Oh, that was old puppy pick. Here's new puppy pick. Look at those sharp ass teeth. They're so they don't look that sharp. It's kind of funny. They do not look that sharp. You know, they're rounded. Those are the sharpest things on the planet. Saw the chance and I took it. I'm glad you did. Wait, do I have a massive cooldown on that? Yeah, that I have a cooldown of 1 per stream. So you just took it. Yeah, I increased the duo cooldown to 2000, or I increased the cooldown to 2 hours. I increased the price to 2000. I increased Rocket League. I put Rocket League back. I increased that to 20,000. I'm just trying to find the right balance, you know. And I'll maybe I can reset that tutorial thing. Can I reset that? What if I just disable it and re-enable it? Disabled, re-enabled. Does that make it come back? No. Edit. Can I say, excuse me, limit? How about no limits? We'll say a 2 hour limit. That's basically once per stream anyway. There we go. It's back. Fast travel? What do you mean? I was thinking like tutorials on how to game dev, how to do 3D, not like how to play the game. Unless you meant like how to make something fast travel. Virtue, how's it going? Yeah, well, I'll start in with it with a duo. I'll start. I feel so tired. Fast travel between locations mechanic. Well, that's a funny specific one. I guess I could show how I do it. I should probably say the tutorials should probably only do 3D tutorials. Game dev tutorials that could take like 40 minutes. 3D, I can show something off in like 5 minutes. I guess because game dev it could be anything like is your world persistent? You have to load scenes. There's nothing different between like traveling between two zones and fast traveling somewhere. It's literally the same code. Should be. All right, let me start with the duo. Today I got to do some planning, I think, and I want to consider the idea of procedural guests. I think I need to consider that. All right, duo. Yoyaku. Yoyaku. Osusume. Osusume. Susumeru. Yoyaku. Yoyaku. Osusume. Susume. Susumemasu. Osusume wa nan desu ka? What is your recommendation? Osusume wa dore desu ka? Osusume wa dore desu ka? Who do you recommend? No, which? Oh, which? Whoops. Oh, dare is who. Which? Dore. Yaku. Yoyaku. Chumon. Susumeru. Miso. テーブルを予約しました。Oops. テーブルを予約しました。残します。進める。焼く。来い。予約。今日のおすすめは何ですか? What is... wait, what? What is today's recommendation? There we go. Ani. Before I forget, I'll just do that now. Oh my god, you passed Balint. That's not even fair. He's having a baby right now. Yoyaku o henkon shitai n desu ka? Henko is to change. Yoyaku o henko shitai n desu ka? I guess it's like I want to change my reservation. Yoyaku o wait. Yoyaku o henko shitai n desu ga? 予約を変更したいんですか? どこかおすすめの場所はありますか? There's a lot of words in there I don't know. どこか somewhere. 場所 Is there a place that you recommend? What place? No. Is there any place you recommend? どこかおすすめの場所はありますか? 場所 That one I know they recommend. I know they taught it to me, but it was a quickie and they never brought it back. Okay, and then doko ka is somewhere. Like nani ka is anything, right? I have a reservation for 7:30. 7時、7時半に予約をします。知っています。知っています。7時、7時半に予約しています。予約しています。予約をして、is it 押しています？予約をした。予約をした。OK。テーブルを予約しました。There we go. That's a good one. This is the most useful and relevant Duolingo I have ever done. Balint wins in that regard, yeah. Got a lurk and run. Ani, thank you for the lurk. Nap time. And thank you for the hydrate. All right, how's everybody doing? I didn't get any rest. I canceled stream yesterday to rest. I was so tired. I looked at the game and I'm just like, I have no interest in working on this right now. I can't lift a finger. And then today, same. I look at this and I'm just like, I have a year of work that I can't bring myself to start on. Like, I kind of know what I need to do, but I look at like the mountain of work and it's like deterring me at the moment because I'm just so tired. It's just sleep deprivation, you know? Sleep deprivation. My wife is having a hard time at work. These things are making me, I don't know, not care. Did you visit the game dev meetup? I did, yeah, I did. Wordstone, how's it going? So I have the PC up and running. This is not the stream from the PC day. I have the game on the PC. I downloaded all the software I need to. How was it, Sky? You know how it was. I described it to you in great detail already. The meetup was fun, actually. I had a very good time. It was a lot of familiar faces. Wink, wink. Sometimes it's like if I don't know people there, I have to like search around to insert myself into a conversation. But you know, yesterday or was it 2 days ago? It was just nice. Just knew a lot of people already, and it was easy, and it was fun to chat. And I wish I could have stayed longer, but I had things I needed to get home to, so I couldn't stay as long. Hope you're feeling revitalized. I'm trying. Wardstone, I'm trying. Also, everyone, shout out to Sky. If you like super competent and entertaining Godot devs, give Sky a try. But yeah, the stream from the PC challenge. I can't stream. There's a few reasons why I can't stream from the PC. The first thing is I do not have a USB 3 cord to plug in my camera. And the second reason is which is not a huge deal. I can plug headphones in. I just don't have speakers. I don't like streaming with headphones. My ears hurt after like 45 minutes of wearing headphones. I know you're going to say, then get better headphones, but I just don't like wearing headphones when I'm at home alone. It seems pointless. Never chatting again. I tried to keep it real modest, you know. I know you don't like Fanciful shoutouts. I kept it real modest. Justin Helps. How's it going? How are you? Bado, good morning. My ears also hurt even after getting better headphones. Yeah, I think I need those over the ear ones that literally do not touch my ear at all. Like gigantic, like Leia from Star Wars buns, or the softest of earmuff headphones. I don't know. I mean, yeah, earbuds. I can wear earbuds, but I don't like wearing earbuds for too long either. They make me feel uncomfortable. Yeah. Justin, how's it going? Not arguing. Look after you. Yeah, I'm trying. You need USB 3 for the camera. Yeah, I have the Elgato face cam and it's USB 3 or GTFO. I can plug it into my laptop because it's USB-C to USB-C. And I have a USB-C to USB-C. That's USB 3 compatible, but every single one of my USB-C to USB cords is a USB 2.0 cord. So I tried like 15 different cords. I'm like grabbing all of the charging cables from all the stupid little devices I have. I'm like, is this USB 3? Is this USB 3? No, none of them are. So I need to go get that cord. Or I can literally just do what I've always been doing and like streaming and like parsecing in. But what's the fun in that? The one thing I did notice is that Unity runs really slow on my PC. Like the Mac laptop crushes Unity, and this one not so good. Like if I'm flying around, it's totally fine, right? This is pretty smooth. This is pretty smooth. A little hiccups here and there, but I'm gonna equate that to parsec issues. If I turn on gizmos, oh, it must have been building shaders or something. It's pretty fast now. Okay. I think it just needed time to warm up. It's pretty good. Because before this was chugging. I'm like, this ain't usable. What's happening? Ab, how are you? Loading bar simulator is faster on Mac. Yeah, loading bar simulator. Ha ha. Actually, that's another thing. I did notice that. It does compile slower on the PC. I think it's because my processors. I think I have more processors on the PC, but they're slower. But on the Mac, it's like less faster processors, so compile time's faster. I think. MDBM, how's it going? There's the demo for you. Also, I don't think I installed Visual Studio. Did I? Scenes. Let me see. I don't know what's going to open. Okay, Visual Studio 2022. I guess it installed itself. What CPU does the desktop have? It has an i7. Is this okay? Am I totally doxing my PC and making it crackable? I've got the 2.10 i7. Okay, Patrick, how's it going? It's going okay here. We're doing the best we can. Oh, and I finally figured out how to fully change the computer from Japanese to English. There were a few places where there was still Japanese, and I finally found where to change those settings. What a pain in the butt. I had to go deep. If you go to time and language, and then you go to language region, and then you go to administrative language settings, and then you go to and then you hit copy settings, there's all the settings per user and per thing, like input, display, format, location, whatever. Apparently the welcome screen was still set to Japanese and new users were set to Japanese. So I had to, click these checkboxes to mimic my settings throughout the rest of the computer. And then it finally all went away. Hello, what's your tech stack? Someone's asked me that before, and I believe they asked me what I use. What kind of IDE and software I use. If that's your question, I use Unity and I use Visual Studio. And that's my tech stack. But today I'm not streaming from the PC. I'm going to actually turn it off. And I'm going to come back to it when I can get a USB 3 camera cable. Yag, how are you? Yag. Let's not save. I'm gonna delete this. I also need to either downgrade my Unity on the PC or upgrade my Unity on the Mac because they're not the same exact version. Oh yeah, C#. Yeah. I forgot that's part of the stack. Sign in. No, it's not. Dark. Yeah, definitely dark. Development settings. Visual C#. Does this matter? I don't care. General, whatever. I'll let it boot up and then shut it down. 3-stream streak. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's the longest streak anyone's ever had here. And no one can prove me wrong. Not one person. Ah, sorry for the flashbang. Sorry for the flashbang. Blame Visual Studio. It is, right? Yeah. No one's ever had a longer streak than that. Do you want to allow public and private hour? Yeah, of course. Allow Microsoft to have anything they want. Have fun. Listen, all you Microsoft haters. Oh, look, there's already a new version. Unloading project. How do I have 32 projects loaded? This is my first time opening it. Start programming with GitHub Copilot. Get Copilot. You can leave me alone. Let's close the program. You wonder why I don't use Windows. That was a garbage experience. I'm ready with the Spotify. I got the Killica. Shut it down. Shut it down. Let's get back to a real computer. I love it. I love it. Microsoft, please sell all my data. Yeah, I broke it. I don't wonder why you don't use Windows, actually. Jiggly Bits Donger. Welcome in. Are you a video game developer? I am doing my best to be. I'm doing my best. We are currently making a video game here. And it is in development. That makes me a wannabe game developer. Okay. What am I going to do today? There's 3 things I need to do. I need to rewrite my roadmap to completion. I need to revisit every little bit of what I need to do to finish this game. I need to do some big picture stuff. Number 2, I have a mechanic where guests come to your inn, and every single one of those guests is handmade with a story and a name and a look, and that truly limits how many guests I can have. Now, I have story and narrative, some bigger, some smaller, for each one of those characters, but I think I want a system where I can just create tons of them that don't have story associated with them. They just have random needs and they just show up and give you money and leave. Like, not every guest needs to provide narrative value. Some of them could just be, filler for your inn. Because if you have like 6 rooms in your inn and each one of those characters matters and each one of them has like something to say to you and wants to do a quest, it's like a total pain in the butt. I think I need to pace the hand-built guests. I need to pace them out. So what I think I need to do is create a procedural guest, which I always said I wasn't going to do. But here we are. I think it's necessary. I don't know. I had like a shower epiphany moment where I was like, wait a minute, no, procedural guests. That's how I slow the game down. Because right now I'm like trying to make so much freaking content. If I make procedural guests, I can pace the game so much better. I can offer the character lulls. Like I can offer the player character narrative lulls where they get to do whatever they want and not be forced to like do whatever some guest says with a time limit based on how long they're staying. And then I can design the guests. Maybe story-based guests don't leave. Maybe they come and they're just like, I'm gonna chill here for an indeterminate amount of time, and then once you finish, their narrative, then they leave, and the procedural guests come and go, and you can still make money. I th- I think this is a good direction. What do you all think of that? I haven't touched Windows for anything that isn't playing one game in years. Which one? I don't know how people do it. I hated that. Like I hated my experience just now. Oh wow. I am I'm about like 30 feet from my dog and in a different room and I just heard him fart and that was loud. He's a tiny corgi. I would like to use Linux mainly, but some of the games I play don't support Linux due to anti-cheat. Yeah, Linux is tough. It's a tough one. That makes sense. The ones with a story even better. But yeah, you should expect a regular flow of just normal visitors. Yeah, I think so. Think of how Dredge slowly unfolds the story throughout the entire game. I don't know how Dredge slowly unfolds the story. I'd be curious to see it. You like the direction. Nice. Freshy. Oh my God. Freshy, how are you? Tell me a little bit about how Dredge slowly unfolds the story. So I played I played Dave the Diver. I played some Dave the Diver, and the way that game works is like there's a quest you need to complete, right? And the game has cycles where you go from the fishing game loop to the restaurateur game loop, and it goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and it gives you the opportunity to finish the quests at your own pace. You can finish them as fast as possible in one game loop, or you can stretch it out. It depends on how good you are. It depends on how relaxed you're being, whatever. And when you finish the quest, the story progresses and it unlocks more progression throughout with like stuff you can buy. And that is a good way to progress through the game. And I think I can do something similar where each guest that I've handcrafted, which even if I do it this way, I have enough guests. Like I don't even need to make any more guests. I have like 30 guests. That's it. I can make an entire in-game year's worth of content with 30 guests. If I just make procedural guests where those handcrafted guests only show up in like drip fed way, yeah, I don't need to make any more guests. I just need to make the procedural guest, and I can have a narrative why why these guests are they're not talking. They're just like private. This like this they can have like personality traits, and this can be just like a private person, shy person. Someone who just doesn't. They're just there to. They just want to stay. Not every guest that shows up at an inn wants to like be best friends with the person running the inn. It actually makes sense. So I might work on that today. So I need to revisit my roadmap to completion. I need to reschedule it, and I need to consider. And right now, I think in the immediate, I need to decide whether or not I want to do this procedural guest thing. Dredge, the story delivery is in notes and various writings you find during normal exploration and within quests, but the notes are more info about the world. Uh, Wait, the more info about the world is in the notes left around. Wait, I'm not sure I follow that last sentence. Sorry, I'm high as a No worries. Anyway, how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? I'm still I'm still waking up. I'm still waking up. I don't want to have another coffee, but I think I really need another coffee. No, I'm not going to do it. I can't do it. Can't do it. So, the idea of a procedural guest is it's just a look and a name. The guests, they already they already have a procedural nature to them. It's just their conversations that it's just their conversations that need to be a little more generic. So let me look at a guest real quick. A guest is made up of their conversation tree, right? This is all a guest is. It's just these little things that they say. Now, if I have an initial conversation with a guest, it actually goes to this generic conversation starter. Generic greeting? No, guest conversation start. This is what every guest conversation looks like. They do a greeting if you've met them before, which already is confusing because they don't exist. Like this immediately will fail. So I think I need some kind of some way to force the conversation to go this way when it's a procedural guest. Let me write these notes down. So let's make a new procedural guests. So there's the conversations, or the let's say dialogue. No custom greeting. Introduction. Or a procedural introduction. And then what else is in this conversation? You can ask how they are. You can make a recommendation. You could requested item. This is if they have an item that they have requested. What happened to do you need anything? Requested item message. What is this? NPC dialogue helper. More coffee is always the correct answer. No, you can't make me. Steven Scott Day, how's it going? How about this sunshine? I'm sweating out here. I know, me too. I just walked to the vet. Oh my puppy finally got his final shot. He is fully vaccinated, and in a few days I can take him outside for the first time. I can't freaking wait. But I walked over to the vet, and it's like a 25-minute walk, and he's on my shoulder, and I'm in like pants. It's a warm one. It was a warm one out there. I don't know where this is. MP side? Yeah, it is here. Okay. So, oh, okay. So this is, this asks if they need anything and get requested item. Okay, so that can stay. Okay. So in the dialogue controller, everything's fine except this. The only thing is they just can't do a custom greeting. So I might just have to do a check here that's like, is the current conversation... Oh, it can just be a condition, like... Yeah, it can be a condition. Are they a procedural guest? Just force them to go this way, do a generic hello. Okay. What is this? Pass through to default. Oh, okay. So this how are you? How are you goes into their conversation tree. And if they are not checked in, it immediately goes into their conversation tree, which they don't have. So I need a custom way to deal with that. Ignore the how are you option and also ignore the auto diversion into their default conversation if they're not checked in. Okay. I basically just, yeah, so I'm basically just taking an inventory of all the things I would need to update to support procedural guests. So the guest script. Guest. You know what I just realized? I'd probably need to have dynamic, serializable, scriptable objects that represent NPCs that I can make on the fly. For real, 75 degrees snuck up. Yeah, it's gonna get so hot. It's gonna get so hot so fast. I'm dreading summer humidity. It's currently spring where I live. Yeah, we're screwed. Spring doesn't last long here. Humid heat is way better than dry heat. Get your skin glowing. I think humid heat is okay as long as you can free your mind from the pain of being soaking wet with sweat and uncomfortable. If you can get past that feeling of being uncomfortable when you're soaking wet with sweat, then the heat is less of a bother. As long you got to stay well hydrated, you got to refresh your electrolytes, and you have to just be sweaty AF. And then the heat, the summer here is bearable. I think that the heat in LA, like the dry heat, I liked that. I think I like that more. I think I like that more. I mean, there's something else to it. The sun is just so powerful. It feels like there's no ozone in LA and the sun is literally burning your skin. And the dryness of the air just allows the sunbeams to get to you faster and harder. So it's fine as long as you're a Zen master. I mean, yes. But I think that, you know, when you're sweaty, you're embarrassed. Like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. I'm sweaty and gross. Literally everybody around you is sweaty and gross. It's a mental hurdle to get over. Like I was outside a lot last summer and I'm not good in the heat. But toward the end of the summer, it was still 100 and 105 degrees every day and humid. But it didn't like crush my soul. It used to crush my soul, and it didn't really crush my soul toward the end. I just got used to it because I knew there was no escaping. And just had to be okay being sweaty as hell. All right, where's my guest script? Guest. Is this a savable script? This is savable. What saves? The things that save are the stay length, the check-in day, the checkout day, if we're requesting an item, and our hotspot schedule. There's nothing unique about this, so this should be fine. The things that aren't fine is anything that references the NPC properties and the NPC scriptable object. So here's where things get complicated. So let's see. I got to tick through this code very carefully. So I reference it to calculate their stay length. If they have a stay length, then I use it. If they don't, well, if it's set to -1, then I make a random range. So it looks like I would need to abstract this. So does this help? Dot. Not used, not used. Okay. Calculate activity complete helpers. This does things like getting points for completed activities that are our favorites. Calculate activity complete helpers. Okay. So we increase the relationship of characters when they've completed their favorite activities. Okay. So here, this is a big question. Like, should procedural guests have relationship points? Can they return? It's possible you only form a relationship with someone who's not a shy character. What would these NPCs, what would these NPC SOs have in them? What do you mean SOs? Shoutouts? I don't know what it is, but the sweaty and humid is like fun. Might even say, Steven, behave. You might say that, but you shouldn't. Yes. Else Booyah won't read it, and then it would be it would have been for naught. Aaron, how's it going? Oh, scriptable objects. I'll get to. Maybe I should. I guess what I'm doing is I'm assessing how important the scriptable objects are to the guest's life cycle, and what I think is going to have to happen is I'm going to have to instantiate a serializable scriptable object that I can save in the game save data, but it doesn't exist as a resource. And I need to fill that with information about the guest procedurally. That's the procedural part, right? I need to fill all that stuff. How are your scriptable objects? They're going okay. I don't know yet. We'll see. How was the rest of your stream? Having a quick stream break. What are you doing today? Yeah, I'm figuring out if it's smart to make procedural guests so I can have more guests in the game that I don't have to hand make. I was so loopy. I forget where I left. I just remember using the nerd emote a lot. You said I thought I was a nerd, but then chat makes me look like not a nerd. And then all I can do is use nerd emotes. That was all. I was just fixated like a dog. I spent I don't know how much time trying to figure out why the tornado wasn't hitting anything. Oh, I missed the tornado. I was adjusting the wrong collider for like an hour. I was trying to hit enemies with this tiny little ball shape. I missed that. That sounds fun. Have a nice break yesterday? Not really. A terrible break yesterday. It was I don't know. The reason why I took the break is because I was just feeling it felt like a slog. I couldn't even look at the computer. And I tried setting up the PC all day, and the I realized I need to buy stuff to actually stream from the PC. So that was annoying. And it doesn't feel faster. Like it doesn't feel like a faster computer than my laptop, which is 4 years old. It's all good though, Ab. Everyone, shout out to Aaron though. I want to see these tornadoes. Want to see tornado. Sounds fun. All right, let me keep going. Calculate activity, complete helper. So this all boils down to like, do I care about relationships? Calculate activity reached activity reaction emoji. So I if a character loves the activity they're doing because it's part of their favorites, then I display a love emote, excuse me, instead of the standard whatever. So this also requires the NPC to exist. Room standards met. This is very important. You know, I still want it to be a challenge to have these NPCs. You still need to like match their room standards. But maybe not. This room standards thing is really annoying. Like you don't know what a character's standards are before they come, and then once they show up, you don't really know how to like give them the room they need. So I don't know. I guess it'll just you'll always be able to check in any guest to any room. I think that's the thing. Every guest should be able to check into every room. But if the standards aren't met, it's just harder to get a 5-star. That seems fair. So when we check in a guest, we make them savable, which that's actually okay. I think that's okay because I can have a spawner for the procedural guests, and there can just be a bunch of them. I think this is okay. Calendar event. I need their name so I can add them to the calendar. Don't add this to the calendar if we're in a guest group. The calendar already has something. Maybe replace it in the future. Okay. Where else? This is just proving to me that I need to just instantiate a new NPC. Okay. Let's try something. So that's all the guest stuff. This doesn't seem so bad. It doesn't seem so bad. So what else did I learn? Can they return in the future? And wait, there was one more thing. Standards. NPCs show favorite item usage emote, and NPCs carry standards. Okay. So now I have an NPC system which tracks all of the NPCs in the game. And it makes it so 2 NPCs of the same type can't be spawned simultaneously. This is where things get complicated. But if I'm instantiating NPCs, then they technically won't be the same NPC. How do I tell? I think I do a string check and I check their names. Yeah, check their dialogue name, which is interesting. And if they accidentally are spawned, wait, suppress despawn. What is this? Suppress despawn. What is this? NPC spawned. I'm gonna ignore this for now. So in order to add an NPC to the system, I think it's as simple as have a private list NPC procedural guests. Procedural guest NPCs. And here, let's just make some. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to make one, and I'm going to make an NPC that is just some default values and instantiate it like 5 times. Give a random name, whatever. I heard. Good morning. How are you? So this is going to be NPC. Who's an NPC I should grab? Like, I don't know. Christopher. No, Christopher's not a thing anymore. Mary. Guest Mary. Here's all my NPCs, my guest NPCs. I'm gonna grab. I'm just gonna grab Clay. All right, we're gonna grab Clay, and this is gonna be procedural guest. Procedural guest. It's gonna have no name, no description, no portrait. Interesting. None. No portrait. They can't have a portrait unless I faux handcraft 100 guests. Favorite activity, none. I'll just leave some defaults, whatever. Favorite drinks, birthday. They don't get a birthday. Standards. We'll set these to 0 for now. Max conversation progress is 0. Include in friend log, no. Oh, cool, perfect. Oh, thank God. So I already have a way to remove them from the guest log. Perfect. Wait, no, but that's the friend log. I wonder if I use this friend log for the guest log as well. Friendship names, none. Well, actually, I think it needs to be 4. It just reset it to 4. That's amazing. I must have done something on validate. Guest gift tier. Doesn't matter. This is regarding relationship points, and I don't think they're gonna have relationship points, and they're not gonna be included in the friend log. Spawning conditions. They shouldn't have spawn conditions. They're just whatever. NPC traits. European Potter. No, we're gonna say none. Actually, Potter. NPC trait. I'm just gonna have one that's like private. What's another word for like a private person that's not offensive? I'm still waking up, which is too bad because it's already 9 a.m. Go get that coffee. I watched that one streamer, German, with a name like Whiskers. Yeah. He was playing Alpine Lake. I was watching him play Libraries of Lyria. Lyra? was watching him play Rainlight Dev's game where you build a library, and I saw he was going to play Alpine Lake after mine, or after his. And yeah, my wife came home from work, and Twitch turns off when she comes home, so I didn't get to see him play. Stream break over. Time to get back to the lurk. Shadows. Ab, enjoy your stream. Reclusive. But reclusive has like a negative connotation to it. Reserved is good. Stoic's more of like, that's a little more, I don't know. It's not so much related to the way they communicate with others. Panda, how are you? Thank you for the hydrate. Was about to finish, but I commented on his and then he had to clean up. The strong silent type. Thoughts on functional programming techniques introduced to C#? I have no thoughts. I don't even know what that means, Nin. Nin, I don't know what that means. Procedural guest. Let's keep going. So they're gonna have one trait, and they're gonna. I like the recluse. I like the not reclusive. I like the reserved. Private. I'm just gonna keep private for now. Reserved, or shy. I mean, I'll just say shy. They're shy. It's very obvious what shy means. They don't want to talk to you. Or no, that's not true. You can poke and prod shy people to get them to talk. Let's say reserved. I'll say reserved. It's pretty benign. So the prefab. Okay, I need a prefab. I need a prefab that I could mold. So I'll duplicate clay. I'll say procedural. Stay length -1. Starting spawn queue generic. I guess I want a new new spawn queue that's, or maybe all guests move into narrative and then only procedural guests are in this one. Maybe they're just chilling. I do like that. I like them vibes. Savable prefab. Procedural. This is not Killica. There we go. People say there are two ways water may flow. Down and up. Is that true? Oh, I see. I see what you did there, Nin. It's more P jokes. They're a shy guy. They are a shy guy. Procedural, yes. All right, so they're private, they're procedural. They use the scriptable or the spawn prefab or scriptable prefab, procedural. Okay, and then letters. They don't have letters associated with them, and that's it. Okay, so now this is a clean. It's a clean NPC that I could reference, and the things I need to fill in are the name, type. I don't care. Where's their dialogue name? Oh, I guess their dialogue name is Oh yeah, it's the type underscore name. That's gonna be interesting. Okay, I can have a public. Oh, okay. I know what I can do. I'll just have a bool down here that's like procedural guest. And then if dialogue name. Return. I don't know. I don't know what I need this for yet. 99. Thank you for the hydrate. How's it going? And then same for conversation name. Procedural guest. Conversation. I don't know. They probably won't have conversations, but I need to have this here anyway. What are we doing today? Today I'm playing with the idea of making procedurally spawned guests that don't have any kind of narrative to them. They're just like a way to make money. They show up and they want in. They want in. I love me a good in pun. My exam results for my final exam is coming out next Thursday. That is such a long wait. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you don't chew off all of your fingernails in anticipation. So the NPC system could now have a reference to, let's say, public NPC procedural guest template. And then for each, I'll just say like for int x equals 0, x is less than 100, x plus plus. I'll make a copy of it. So NPC, new NPC, or proc NPC equals procedural. Wait, what? Oh, right, template dot copy or instantiate. How? Forget. How do I copy a scriptable object? I think the items have it. Inventory item. Copy. So I just instantiate this as an inventory item. And then I return the clone. I guess I can put that in here. Why not? NPC. 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 Name. So I probably need like a unique, a GUID or something, some kind of unique ID. I'll say int ID or string ID, and I'll just pass in some kind of unique value. And I'll pass in X to string. Pass an X. Great. Oh, wait, you can't just have a number, right? I'll say rock guest X. Is only interested in a business relationship at this time. Is that what the procedural guests are saying? What do you think of functional programming in general, though? Nin, what do you mean by functional programming? I don't know what that concept technically means. Like Haskell and Scala. Listen. I use Unity. I write C# code for games in Unity. End of computer science knowledge. 3-month wait, and all of a sudden I'd rather not know about the results now. Wow, you had to wait for 3 months? That's nuts. That's weird. It's a long time. All right, so what are the things I need to fill in? I need, so the proc NPC needs a name, right? So dot name equals something procced. Procedural name. What else do we need? Standards. We need to fill in standards. Functional as opposed to object-oriented programming. Augie, thank you. I like object-oriented. I've never... I mean, yeah, I'm a fan of object-oriented stuff. Like, how else... To me, manipulating data is... Like, how do you do that without object-oriented programming? Like, organizing things into classes is everything to me. I don't even know. I don't even know what other way there is. I don't even know how you do it another way. Oh, we're in ads. Oh, probably all are not hearing what I'm saying. All right, we got 10 seconds left. So I need to generate standards. So proc npc dot tier standard equals, let's just say 1 for now. Proc npc. Okay, welcome back from ads. I don't know if you heard my answer, but I wouldn't know where to begin structuring something without using object-oriented programming. The way my brain works is objects hold data, and you manipulate those objects to manipulate your data. Functional programming to me is like very abstract. It's like you have a bunch of tools, and I don't know, but I don't know what you're. I just wouldn't understand what you're building unless the thing you're building contains objects. It's possible for games. Object-oriented programming is just, it just makes sense. There's objects in your game. You program object object orientedly. You know, if you're just making like if you're making like a website, it's not, I don't know, maybe you don't need objects. If you're making, I mean, I guess like the tools that I've made in Maya, that's functional program. I guess that the functions just have a use. I don't really need to manipulate and hold on to data. I've just used some functions here and there, and I guess that's functional programming. But it always feels messy to me. Um, you know, I like object oriented. So I need to generate all these new standards, function standards, comfort standards, fun standards, relaxing standards, inspiring standards, and taste standards. And then favorites, right? Do I want them to have favorites? They all have 3 favorite consumables. And a favorite hotspot. What else? Stay length, whatever. That can be randomized when they show up. I think that's it. I think that's it. It's more of a style than a technical constraint. Yeah, I mean, I'm more of an object-oriented person. I think if functional programming works for you, that's great. I would not know where to. I think once a piece of software gets to a certain complexity, I don't know how far functional programming can actually get you. Madlep, welcome in. How are you? FP is great. It's not the best tool for everything, but Unity Game Dev OOP is a better fit. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't even know how to like begin not thinking in object space. Everything's an object. All right, I guess this is it. This is all I need to do. So I'm creating 100 procedural guests. They're not going to have like standards, you know, randomized standards or favorite activities. I need some way to get, you know, randomized names, randomize favorites, randomize standards. Okay. Let's see what happens when I do that. I do not know what's going to happen. So the NPC system needs needs a reference to that procedurally generated one. Where is it? Systems. NPC system. Procedural guest. Okay. And then I need to say procedural guest NPCs equals new list of NPCs. And I need to add them. And instead of making 100, I'll make 10. And let me randomize these values just to see differences. Is there a way to like do a random string? Bado, thank you for the hydrate. If there a way to get a random string, if I like, what if I just use time? Time dot time. Oh wait, no. It's all gonna be the same time, right? I'll just I'll just randomize random guess. Oh, here, I'm an idiot. I'll just give them the ID. The same as that. I think I fell asleep last stream and woke up after the stream was over. I don't remember where I left off that last time. I think I was still making the skiing stuff. Oh, the gondola. That's right, the gondola. I'm gonna put that on hold for a second. I think I made good progress with the skiing base station. Pretty happy with it. Okay. Just being very thorough right now. We're gonna make 10. And I'm gonna say random dot range 0 to 3. 0 to 4, I'll say. I don't know. No, we'll say 10. How to read on the topic of functional programming in Unity. It seems that it's mostly useful for intricate UI layers. Yeah, I could see UI being less object-oriented. I can see that. All right, you enjoy your snack, 99. So all I expect is this to be filled up with stuff. I guess I can't really see what the values are that I'm randomizing right now because I'm not printing them. But I do have 9 proc guests. And they are scriptable objects-ish. Like, Unity thinks they're scriptable objects. You can't click on them, though, because they don't exist in the project, which is good. I don't want them to serialize and exist. So that's something. How about this? I'll also print on screen what their stuff is. So I have this on GUI. Let's say for each NPC in proc NPCs, I'll say GUI.label new rect 0 y 620 And then string.format their name. So npc.name. And npc dot one of their standards, just comfort standards, whatever, sure. Just to see a different value. Oh wait, string.format. No, we're not doing string.format. That's old news. That's old stuff. So name, comfort, standard. And y plus equals 20. Okay. Today's Friday, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have 9 guests with different standards. Simple as that. Now let's spawn them. Let's spawn them all at once. Just whatever. I'll just jam them into the NPC spawn system and see what happens. In system, spawn guest system. Friday, but at what cost? What does that even mean? Spawn random guests. I'm going to make a button that's literally spawn all procedural guests. So the spawn system itself, what does it do? How do I add NPCs to the spawn system? Is it in the NPC system? Basic NPCs add. Spawned NPCs equals a new dictionary. Spawn queue. How do I load? I forget how I add them to the spawn queue. Here. Load queue. I do it at the start of every day. Oh, I do right here. Okay. Let's make a new queue that's just public list NPC procedural guest spawn queue. Make a new queue and say case spawn queue type dot procedural. I'll make a new type. Procedural. And then come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. So now this is a procedural guest. I actually don't need this Boolean anymore. I don't need this Boolean anymore. Whoa, what's going on? I think Visual Studio's dead. Force quit. I killed... Maybe it's not Mac or PC. It's just Visual Studio. Keep crashing it. Or maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Also, it's I hit my 1900 follower goal yesterday from a shout out. No, 2 days ago. I think when we rated Boom, it hit the follower goal, and then we got an unfollow. So we're right back at 1899. Definitely not prompting anyone to hit that goal. I just thought it was funny. So if is guest in guest group queue? No. If okay, we just procedural guest spawn queue dot contains NPC dot add NPC. Okay, so now they're all in here. And I want a button that just spawns from this queue. Try spawn, queue type. Try spawn guest group, spawn NPC. What is the button I already have? I have a, this one, spawn random guest. Here we go. Button. Private void, spawn proc gen guest. Game object spawn. I instantiate the savable prefab. I move the object to the scene. I get its locomotion, and I figure out where to spawn it. Okay. So I just want to do the same exact thing with the procedural guest spawn queue. Literally the identical thing. And okay. Who unfollowed? I don't know. But that's okay. That's okay. That frog. What do you want from me, OBS? So many updates. So now I got a button. Spawn proc gen guest. Let's play the game. Let's see what these proc gen guests have to say. I already know roughly where the errors are going to show up. It's going to be when I talk to them. When I talk to them, they're going to be like, I don't know what to do with you. We'll build an inn. We have an inn. And I go to spawn guest system and I say, spawn proc gen guest. Boom, 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 boom. All right, I spawned a bunch. Fast forward time. I didn't get any errors. And Clay showed up. Why did Clay show up? And how many Clays are there? Just one. There's one guest and their name is Clay. Oh, that's right. That's right, because he missed the train. What a loser. Now you gotta wait an hour. Bow. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in, how are you? And thanks for being number 1900. We hit our goal. Almost to 2K. That's crazy. Start new goal. All right, what should the new goal be? Should it be 2K? Should it be 2048 because we're silly little devs? Killica, good morning. A zillion. Make it 2 million. What are we, pirate software? 2048 is so silly, right? It's just so silly. Devs. Hashtag dev life. Hashtag making dev game. I hate it. Bilbo the dev. How are ya? Or is it Bill bot he dev? Go big or go back to the United States of America. No, I don't wanna. Don't make me. Hashtag living the dream. Hashtag full-time dev. Hashtag part-time dev. Hashtag not sure what he's doing. Hashtag doesn't know what functional programming means. Hashtag Vigi game. You have something pirate software will never have. Is it this Dougie? Hashtag part-time dev. Yep. The ability to pull off bald. What do you mean? He has luscious hair. You'll never know what he looks like bald. Kawaii. Oh my god, I was at the park yesterday. I had my wife got this new like sling. It's like an over-the-shoulder sling for the dog, so I don't have to have like the carrier. And I have Moo in the sling in front of me, and his head's popping out, and he's looking adorable like always. And these two women like catch the dog, and they're like freaking out. They're like, "Oh, kawaii, kawaii!" And I turn, and the dog looks at them and like reaches forward, and then they look at each other, and then they take one step toward the dog, and I'm like, "It's okay, you can pet." And they come over and they give the dog a pet, and I'm like feeling weirded out because of like what I said the other day. It just feels like I'm there trolling, picking up people with this cute dog. I feel like a creep, but whatever. And they don't speak English. I don't, I can barely speak Japanese, and they're just like petting the dog, and then they step back. They're like done petting, but they don't like walk away. They just keep saying kawaii, kawaii, and the dog just wants to be pet so much that he is like trying to get out of the sling and barking at them and growling and barking and being really aggressive, and like started to freak them out. I'm like, he's a freak. He's never touched the ground before. He really wants to touch the ground. The Crude Forge, welcome in. Level up and also get a baby. Never. You can't make me. Bilbo the dev, what are you making? I'm making an Innkeeper-Sim. A life sim Innkeeper-Sim. It's kind of like Stardew Valley, but you run an inn. So you build this on your property, and people come and visit, and you give them a room, and you decorate their room, and you give them activities to do, and there's a town, and there's a forest to explore. All this fun stuff. Here's like the visitor center to the forest. Super Chew, how's it going? Good evening. Karewa Furiko. What is that? What is Furiko? What did you make me say? Sounds like my dog on any given day, but isn't strapped to me. Killiga. So Hank really just barks at anything and everyone? That's got to be rough. Freak? That's a good one. I got to remember that. Oh, wait. That's just katakana freak. Furiko. Okay, I see what you did there. I'm making a tower defense. That's awesome. Feel free to share it. Feel free to share. Love to see some screenshots. All right, so right now I'm working on procedural guests. And what did I discover? I discovered that I made one guest, and it wouldn't make more guests. Like, even though I'm hitting spawn proc gen guest, it's not spawning more. It's only spawning the one. King's coin. Let's see. Sorry, I'm gonna skip around just to see the game. So you're like drawing the walls? That's a fun idea. And you got to protect your the yellow square. Is that a reference? Why this game is taking forever to make devlog 0. This is cool though. I like this idea. It's clever. Yellow square is your money. Set limit infinite. Ah, crude. Shit, I forgot. Limit. Where limit? Hank must vocalize every single emotion he has. Oh my god. That's rough. I gotta train the barking out of him. He just needs to be able to go on walks. I feel like I don't know why, but I feel like that's going to solve every problem. It's just the fact that he can't be a corgi and run around like a freak. They are not lap dogs. They are not like satchel dogs. They want to like move their bodies. For little stubby idiots, they are so energetic. He'll get there. Finally got the Steam page up for my game earlier this week. Now I gotta actually finish the game. Super chew. Share the link. Don't just hint. Don't just... Hey, I got a Steam page. Post the link. Furico. There it is. Sports Day. Oh, this is cute. Oh my god. That is adorable. It's chaotic. Hello. So it's like a bunch of sports mini games. Everyone, you know what to do. Help out Super Chew. Get the wish list going. It's a party game. Yeah, it looks cute. It's fun. It's a nice page, too. It's hysterical. I don't know if I'd do this. I've seen other people do this also. I don't know if I like behind the scenes stuff in a store page. Like seeing the engine, seeing the grid. What do you all think? It's hard. It's hard to judge. You know, I don't like peruse the Steam store looking for games to play. So it's not like I just yeah, I don't know. It stops me and makes me wonder. Gotta go. Yag. Have a good night. Wasn't sure about that last bit. What does everyone else think? Does anyone else have a strong opinion about it? I know you have a strong opinion about it. It's a game page. I only want to see the game. Other pages like YouTube for behind the scenes stuff for real nerds. Yeah, that's kind of the thought process, right? I think behind the scenes stuff is not good to add. Yeah. Super Chew, the people have spoken. We all think you should get rid of this, but this is your Steam page. You can tell us all to F off and do whatever you want. Otherwise, it's a nice page. Good stuff. The people have spoken. It will drop it. Good choice. So why is it only spawning one? And is it spawning a random one? Let's see if it's spawning a random one. Like if I see the project in complete form, it tarnishes the polish I otherwise could be dazzled by. There you go. There you go. I think once you move the camera and you see a gray background and you see the grid, it like ruins the illusion that it's like this big, beautiful game. It's like, oh, it's just like a plane with a couple characters running around and some, and some obstacles. Like, oh, it's like, I guess it's not this big fantasy that I have where I'm immersed in this world. I'm just like, yeah, it's breaking the illusion. It's definitely breaking the illusion and killing the fantasy. I don't find it off-putting. I agree it probably doesn't make sense on a marketing page, but maybe it's a nice way to visually say the game. But maybe it's a nice way to say the game is still in development. I mean, the game, if you have a coming soon page, your game's in development. I think people understand that generally. I would just be afraid of breaking the illusion and the fantasy that your game is immersive and grand and anything's possible. I more think it would confuse the 84% of people that never seen in a game engine be like, why it looks weird. That's also very true. That's another thing that I'm not even thinking of. Yeah, people just might be confused. Spawn procgen guest. All right, I clicked it a bunch of times. This procgen guest is NPC Clay. That's right. Okay. So here's the next thing I need to do. I need to assign the NPC properties properly. And I can do that on spawn. Spawn procgen guest. So I grab the spawned object here. And then I say NPC properties equals spawned game object dot get component NPC properties. Okay. So I get the properties. Properties dot NPC. Oh, set NPC. Okay, I need a set NPC. Why can't I do this? Not all code. Oh, whoops. So the NPC that I'm grabbing, I'm just grabbing from the queue. Instantiate. What is this? This is a list of NPCs. So I need to grab this first and cache this. And then instantiate the savable prefab. And then I need to set the NPC to be that. Okay, that's step one. That's step one. Updated the page. This is my first Steam page. I mean, I hope that the criticism didn't get you down at all. It really does look awesome. Love the art and the humor. Yeah, it's super cute. The physics, like the chaotic physics stuff, so fun. Every tick spawn NPC. It won't break. I think that the same thing will happen. It'll only spawn the one because It's spawning the one, and then it's doing a check. Hey, does this NPC exist already? No. Okay, keep it. It's going to spawn the second one. It's going to check. Hey, does this NPC exist already? Oh, it does. Then just delete it. The game is, my code is too strong. I can't break it even if I wanted to. Those are some nice last words of mine. All right, let's try this again. Spawn proc gen guest. We made one. We still only made one. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Clay, get over here. So he does have. Okay, here's the other thing. He's using. This is not the instance. This is the template. So there's my first problem. That was dumb. Why did that happen? Procedural guest NPCs add. So I'm adding these to that, but why spawn guest system? Oh, I know what's happening. I'm doing get NPCs. I'm returning NPCs. And NPCs is a resources.load. And that's grabbing the template. And okay. Proc gen. So this is actually not what I want. But I need another way to get these. So I'll grab the proc gen NPCs from NPC system directly. So NPC system instance procedurally. Is it private? I'm not in the mood for private variables right now. I don't have the patience for private variables right now. I'll just say procedural guest spawn queue equals. There we go. No, because this is going to make a copy of it, right? That's going to make a copy of it. I don't want to do that. So I got to go like for each NPC in. And then add, whatever. Okay. God code, is that you? Got to crash. Aaron, have a good night. Okay. Let's do this. Spawn proc gen guest. Procedural. Spawn another one. Nope, still can't spawn another one. But it did assign the correct random guest. And I just can't see the data on this thing. You know, because it's not real. It's not a real thing. It's not serialized. So why can't I spawn more than one? Well, print try spawning npc.npc name. It's possible it's just not random. No, it's definitely Unity random. I downloaded Maya 2026 today when I was installing stuff on the PC. Every time I look at new features for Maya, it's so underwhelming. It's been like 10 years since I've seen something interesting that I liked. And how are they on 2026 already? We just hit 2025. Like I understand, but I feel like 2026 came out before we even hit 2025. Like it was Happy New Year 2025. Oh, and my 2026 is out, by the way. I gotta say, the only thing I'm excited to use is my PC keyboard. I have a very satisfying new keyboard. How long have I been working on this? It's been 4.5 years. Spawn guest. Spawn procgen guest. It's not even. Wait, what? Oh, there it is. Okay. Try spawn 3, try spawn 7, try spawn 4, try spawn 5, try spawn 4, try spawn 4. It is trying. But why isn't it doing it? Why not do it? Is the NPC system despawning it? Let's see. Spawn. NPC spawned. Destroy. Debug.log warning. Whoever, this person was spawned twice. Despawn them. So that's interesting. I'm not even getting that warning. It's just not spawning them twice. What would make this not happen? What would make this not happen? Well, I don't know. Guest procedural. There's just one. What's going on here? PC stream when? I need to get a USB 3 cord. I have it mostly set up. I just need a USB 3 cord to plug my camera in. Like this game object, it exists. It's throwing no warnings. Oh wait, it is throwing warnings. Oh, look at that. Guest clay was spawned twice. Okay. I just had them suppressed. Okay, so I was getting this warning, and it thinks it's spawning clay twice. Now, why would it think that? Procgen 3, the dialogue name is... Oh, Wait, what? Actually, no, now I don't know. NPC. Procedural guess. I want to say, like, actually, spawn type equal. Starting queue is procedural. Oh, because those names are the same. Those names are the same. I hard coded them to be the same. How about this? Procedural underscore NPC name and then guest. Okay. And then I don't know why I have these thises there. I mean, I guess because it's confusing. This might help. This might help. Okay. Although guest clay was spawned twice. Why is it saying guest clay? Because it's getting the game object's name? The game object's name. No, the dialogue name. Which doesn't make any sense. The dialogue name, if their starting spawn queue is procedural, then it should be returning procedural underscore. Although I had the Boolean there before, but now I don't need the Boolean. We don't need no stinking Boolean. Ejuke, how's it going? Welcome in. Good day. My name is Ejuke. I am writing to you. Do you know any software for Windows computers that has a Street View function, but is not related to maps? Could you tell me, show me on stream where I can find many such thing on the web? I have no help for you, Ejuke. I'm sorry. I'm not sure. This guy is a spammer you should block. He messages every stream I saw yesterday. Ejuke, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. If anything funny happens. Boom. Because it's a bot? Oh, well, that's silly. Oh, Ejuke. What kind of request is that, though? Is it just to get a rise out of me? Because it's making me literally crazy, and I don't think I'm going to get any sleep tonight. He gets pushy if you don't. It's so weird. I don't know. He seems pretty nice. Quiet. I think he's gone. I think you scared him away, iHeart. We could have had a nice time. We could have had a nice time, but you had to scare him away. All right. Who thinks this is gonna work? Spawn, 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 spawn. Let's go. It didn't work. Still only one. Why? NPC.dialog name. If their spawn queue is procedural, return something else. No. Is their spawn queue not procedural? Did I bonk that up? Arf, arf, arf. Yeah, you definitely barked at them. It said, get out of here. Go on, get. Throws goodies to I. What am I missing here? What the funk am I missing? Try spawning proc guest 6. Procedural guest. Their starting spawn queue is procedural. When you get dialog name, if starting spawn queue equal procedural, return this. Otherwise, return this. Why isn't it? Should I put an else? Is it somehow doing both for some reason? I don't know. Eternal Vic, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How are you? Ooh, I have my first in-person Japanese lesson tomorrow with a real person. A real Well, it's not a lesson. It's like they're doing a comprehension intro test just to see how much my wife and I know, so they know where to place us and how to teach us. I'm very excited. Okay. What the funk? What does clay have to do with this? Is something setting this? It is a public string. It can be set. So maybe something is setting it. What if I search for equals? Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Guest database. NPC name equals NPC.dialog name. NPC system. Looks like I have something. A real owl. Yeah. What? Have you tried Japanese language study books? I kinda. It's hard to be self-motivated like that and sit down and read a book. It's way more motivating if I'm losing money and giving it to someone and I have to show up and learn. I woke up late for work this morning, rushing around a lot as I'm behind on some reports. Joined my 9 a.m. call and no one is there. Strange. Then I remember it is a bank holiday here in UK. Kilika! You know what that means? Video games all day. I think I've asked this before, but how come you're in Japan? Uh, my wife and I just wanted to live abroad and try something new and fun, shake up life a bit, you know. We kept moving around from city to city. We lived in New York, we lived in San Francisco, we lived in LA, and we're like, I don't know, where else do we move? We want to live in city, but we don't, and there's no other cities in the US that we were interested in living in. And we both had a goal in life when we first got together when we were like 24 years old. Our goals were to live abroad at some point, you know? And we thought it was interesting to live in a place that wasn't English as a first language, you know? So we visited Japan. Well, I visited Japan for work, and we're both like into Japanese culture. We both watch anime. I played Japanese video games. We're both into it. And I visited Japan for work, and I was like, "Oh my God, this place is amazing." And then I was like, "We have to go on vacation here." So like 6 months later, we went on vacation. She was like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." And then we came here again, like years later, and they were like, "Let's just do it. Let's finally do it." Same reason why I'm in Sydney. Nice, nice. We wanted to live abroad. Where are you abroad from? Like, where were you before Sydney? Video games all day. Yeah. 10 years later, here we are. 10 years. Nice. Mr. Bailey is me. Welcome in. Are you saying you weren't clamoring to move to Cleveland? No offense to no offense to the non-coastal cities. No. From Sweden, that's a fun move. All right, this isn't it. This isn't it. Find again. NPC system. This isn't it. Find again. Request system. This isn't it. Find again. NPC management. Nope, this isn't it. Find again. The guest database. Nope, this isn't it. So I just have a bunch of variables that are named NPC name by accident and coincidence. Excuse me. Super true. I'm in Sweden now from the US. We're like the same but opposite. You're following. I heard, are you following Super Chew in a very slow manner? Is this the most laborious stalk I've ever seen? 10 years later, you're going to move to Australia? What a coincidence. Maybe it's this. Is it this? When I copy it. I just don't understand how Clay's got his grubby paws. Clay. How is Clay? How is this a thing? We need a third person who moved from Australia to the US. Maybe. Everyone raise your hand. Raise your hand if you've moved from Australia to the US so we can complete this stock triangle. It names all the guests Clay. I duplicated from Clay. So procedural guest. I duplicated this scriptable object from Clay. That doesn't mean I'm spawning Clay anymore. There's no Clay involved. So guest procedural technically okay. Let's say guest procedural. Oh, I know what's happening. I know what's happening. It's okay. Let's do this. If NPC system, it's doing this code before I have a chance to replace the scriptable object. So so Clay was just set here, right? Clay was set by default, and it's doing the check. Like NPC was spawned instantly on awake. It's like on awake, do this code. But I set the NPC, later in the code than awake because it's instantiated and awake happens first. So what do I got to do to prevent duplicate procedural guests? Maybe the idea of having a pre-cached storage of procedural guests isn't the right idea. Maybe what I need is like a procedural guest spawner so that it's actually generated on spawn and no two can be alike. And I can't spawn double because once they spawn, they're made right then and there. They wouldn't be double. Darth, how's it going? Stream's done. So tired now. Ab, what'd you do today? How are you, Ab? Sounds more procedural for sure. Yeah, I think so. Would that be so wrong to stalk someone so slowly that it's plausibly deniable? No, I think it's fine. I'm devastated. I left my mouse at Sushi Tech. No, Steven! Can you go back and get it? I was looking forward to a Friday night work jam. Just run out to Biku Kamada. Get a mouse real quick. Played solo schedule 1 and I haven't actually had a lot of sleep the last couple days, so just generally exhausted. Get that sleep. It's very important to get the sleep. For the names, do you pull them out of the set once chosen or allow repeats back to back? The way the spawner works, in theory, it grabs them by a priority. So if a guest hasn't spawned in a long time, their priority is really high. So the chances of them spawning is way higher than someone that has just spawned and just despawned. So there is some kind of weighted list. So in practice, they won't spawn back to back, but when I'm clicking the spawn random button, they can show up in any order. Don't worry, they don't eat mice there. They might. My wife and I still joke about Nezumi, parkour Nezumi, or parkour rat. I don't know if anyone remembers. I was at a restaurant maybe like 3 weeks ago, and we were sitting. It was this tiny little yakitori place, and we look over, and there was literally a rat parkouring down this cement pillar onto the floor and like maybe out of the restaurant, maybe into the kitchen. I don't know. It was like 2 feet from our head. It was freaky. Oh god, I hear my dog kind of whining. All right, so what do I do here? I basically need to be like, hey, is this a procedural guess? Let's just ignore this. Okay, how about that? If e.npc dot spawn queue equals procedural return. Just don't even manage it. Just ignore. Temporarily. Oh god, where's my spell check? Temp. Don't check if proc gen guests are spawned twice. Who cares? Seriously. The dog is stirring. Okay. And what are the other things I need to do? I need to randomize their look, their visuals. Randomize their visuals. All right, here we go. Here we go. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. Spawn. Yeah. 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 We got a bunch of ghosts. They all look the same, and they're not. Why are they leaving? No, I have. Oh, it's because the inn's not open. Wait. I opened the inn. Oh yeah, I forgot I made this cutscene. Where's the camera animation? Oh man, I had cool camera animation. Let's spawn more guests. Spawn. Clay army. Okay. So their floating icon selector has no name visible. Dialogue says clay. Let me check. I can't check them in because current guest.room standards. Current guest.room standards. What? Why is it coming back? Okay, wait. So talk to the guest. Let me check. Key not found. Okay, this is the problem. Guest get have met. Okay. Get have met guest comes back null because they aren't populated into the list of NPCs. Okay. So I can't check them into a room without that. Clay's clones are so demanding, I know. If NPC dot spawn queue equals proc return true. We've met them already. Whatever. That should just deal with that. Hadouken. What is up? Good morning. You got a show with your food. Yeah, we did. Ooh, it was quite the show. 185 warnings. That's why I had this thing filtered out. They only eat touchpads. Steven, I'm going to give you a shout out, but not for that joke. Everyone, shout out to Steven, where on his channel, he makes jokes like that the whole time. If you're into that kind of thing. If I filter out the warnings, they can't hurt me. Yeah, exactly. Spawn. Oh yeah, we got to open up the inn. Can I skip this one? I can. Okay, good. All right. Oh, God. So many clays. All right, they're not leaving. That's good. So, hey, my name's Clay. Oh, this is horrible. Let me check. Okay, still. Key not found. Get friendship level. Funk. if npc.proc.spawnQ equals proc, return -1. Bad, bad. NPC not a type. We're gonna get this. Also, I gotta take a break to check in on the pup. Make sure there's no fun messes for me to clean up. I'm gonna run this ad break. I'm gonna run this ad break now just to get rid of it in the future. I'm gonna take a 2-minute break. Check in on the doggy. I'll be back. Hang tight, y'all. All right, I'm back. Oh yeah, he left me a present. What a good doggy. All right, so I got them spawning. Their friendship level's coming back -1. Is that okay? Does that matter? I don't think so. I think it's fine. They can come back -1. I don't care. I just don't want them coming back null. So why can't I manage this freaking green screen? There we go. Proc, gen, guest. Spawn a bunch. Oh, whoops. Damn it. Ugh, what now? Perform selected interactable. Do perform on quick interact. What? If activity equals null. Oh, wait. If interactable dot activity does not equal null. Also, does everyone know the Whitechapel? Excellent pixel artist, Unreal Dev, making a Metroidvania. Exo, how's it going? How are you? I might have to wrap up soon. The dog is just, he just wants to play. So needy. Why dogs gotta be so needy? I'm okay. I've been practicing coding test stuff. What kind of coding test stuff? All right, ready? Let's do it. Let me check you in. Still. Oh my God. Still. Now what? Get guest received gift. Ah, oh, crap. Oh, it's just a bool. So if npc dot spawn queue equals proc return false. This is gonna happen like 10 times. It's kind of wild how unlike coding tests are compared to my professional experience. Oh, you mean like doing unit tests, that kind of stuff? Being needy makes us like them more. Otherwise, they would be cats. It's true. I do. Whitechapel was working on some platform logic last time I was around. Yeah, everyone, if you're not following Whitechapel, definitely do that. Do that. I was practicing coding problems. Oh, on HackerRank. Oh, okay, I see. Is that like Leet Code or something? It's kind of different version. Like advent of code style problems. Ah, that sounds fun. I'm really bad at those. I'm really, really bad at those. I tried to do Leet Code for a little bit. I'm like, what if I switch careers to be like a full stack developer instead of just doing what I do? You know, I want to increase my salary. And I tried doing Leet Code, and even the easy ones I couldn't do. Wait, I didn't get a null. But when I checked them in, okay. Relationship points. What do you want? If npc dot spawn queue dot equals proc, just return set relationship points. Same here. Set have met. Same here. Set have chatted. Same here. Set performed likes. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Yes, because anything in Sheets is not going to work. I basically need to be like, is this a procedural guest? Don't even throw the stupid event. I'm also really bad at them, but that's how some people interview software devs. When it's time to, oh god, those emotes are crazy. Excuse me. I just want to get like a character in a room. If that's as far as I get today, that's totally fine. A character that just stays in a room. Let me check. Wait. I assigned it and they went and they're in there. They're in. Okay, but why did they hesitate? Let me check. Why are they hesitating? Oh, that doesn't sound good. Doggy's causing chaos. Hang tight. Nah, he a good boy. He's just destroying his own toys. Where did they just go? Did anybody see where those guests just went? Did they go into town? They must have gone into town. There they are. They're just hanging out in town. If I talk to them, if I talk to them, hey there, they just think they're Clay and they say, hey, hi, good afternoon. That's interesting. That's interesting. I swore the game would crash when I talked to them, but they just greet you and they F off. That's good. Save identification is empty on guest procedural. Okay, they're not saving because yeah, it's gonna be a whole nother thing. All right, we'll figure that out tomorrow. I'll figure that one out tomorrow. I'm gonna find someone to raid because it's been 2 hours. It's been 2.5 hours, and the doggy is needy, which is okay. I got a dog because I like needy animals. Where should we go though? That's the true question. Kilka, you have a good weekend too. Virtue, thanks for hanging. When was the last time I went to this person? I feel like it was recently. No, it was a while ago. As never? Wait. Oh, it was like never. Okay. Let's go to this person. I swear I just rated them. Yeah, okay. Yeah. We're raiding. Let's go to Justin 6. Thanks for hanging, everybody. I got a little bit of work done. It's nice. Kilika, JB, iHeart, Batto. So this is the end. Yep, that's the end. Virtue. Eternal Vic and Dat Bow or Dot Bow. Sorry. Thank you for the follows. Finn, thank you for modding. Exo, thanks for hanging. Steven. The Crude, Hadouken, and everyone else who showed up today. Ab. If you haven't, if you haven't wishlisted Alpine Lake, there you go. There's a link. You can help me out. Do me a solid. Hopefully I get some rest this weekend. I come back strong on Monday. Let's bank on that. But yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back next week. I'll be back on Monday. Hope you all have a good weekend. And stay safe. Do something fun. Get your sleep. Eat healthy. And see you later. Peace.